A very good evening to Dr. Agatha, and thank you for the opportunity to listen to my present final year project 1 proposal. So my name is Faqhry Rosli. My metric number is 100846, and my supervisor is Madam Sheila Lim binti Omar Lim. So the title of my study is the relationship between techno-stress, segmentation preference, and work-life balance among employees in the public sector. This presentation will briefly cover the background of the study, problem statement, objectives, hypothesis, literature review, methodology, and the significance of study. For overview, this study focuses on public sector employees in Malaysia, examining how techno-stress and segmentation preference influence work-life balance, particularly in the context of increasing digitalization in government workplaces. For background of study, firstly, digital transformation increases ITC use. Secondly, excessive technology use leads to techno-stress. Thirdly, techno-stress affect work-life balance. So lastly, public sector employees face high digital demands due to ongoing digital transformation and the need for digital skills in their roles. For problem statement, there are three main problems addressed in this study. First, public sector employees face increasing digital demands, which often lead to higher levels of techno-stress and reduced work-life balance. Second, excessive technology use negatively impacts employee well-being and productivity, yet this issue is often overlooked in government organizations. Third, findings on segmentation preference are still inconsistent. Some studies suggest integration may reduce conflict, while others show it causes role blurring and exhaustion. For research objective and research hypothesis, the main objective of this study is to examine the relationship between techno-stress, segmentation preference, and work-life balance. Specifically, this study aims to examine the relationship between techno-stress and work-life balance, examining the relationship between segmentation preference and work-life balance. Based on the objective, there are two hypotheses are proposed. Hypothesis 1, techno-stress is significantly related to work-life balance. Hypothesis 2, segmentation preference is significantly related to work-life balance. For conceptual framework, this conceptual framework illustrates techno-stress and segmentation preference as the independent variable, while work-life balance is the dependent variable. For definition of techno-stress, conceptually, techno-stress refers to psychological strain experienced when individuals are unable to cope with technology demands, resulting in fatigue, anxiety, and frustration. Operationally, in this study, techno-stress is measured using 4 dimensions. First, techno-overload. Second, techno-capacity. Thirdly, techno-insecurity. Lastly, techno-isolation. These dimensions assess how technology contributes to stress, difficulties in maintaining work-life balance. For definition of term segmentation preference, segmentation preference refers to the extent to which individuals prefer to maintain clear boundaries between their work and personal life domains. Individuals with high segmentation preference will strive to separate their work-related roles, responsibility, and communication from their personal life, avoiding overlap between the two. This concept reflects personal attitude towards managing role boundaries and how individuals control the degree of integration between work and non-work spheres. For operational definitions, in this study, segmentation preference is defined as the individual tendency to keep work, personal life distinct, particularly in managing technological activity outside of work hours. It is measured using items adapted from which assess the degree which employees prefer to leave work-related issues at work and avoid thinking about or engaging in work tasks during personal time. A higher score indicates a stronger preference for maintaining separation between work and personal life. Definition of work-life balance conceptual definition for work-life balance refers to a state of equilibrium in which individuals are able to effectively meet the demands of both their works and personal life without excessive conflict or stress. It reflects employees' sense of harmony and satisfaction in allocating time and energy between professional and personal responsibility. For operational definition in the study, work-life balance is operationally defined as an employee's perceived ability to manage and fulfill work and personal life commitment effectively. Literature review for technostress with work-life balance. First, technostress disrupt work-life balance by increasing stress and reducing personal time. Secondly, employees with technostress report lower job satisfaction and higher burnout. Thirdly, digital demands blur work-home boundaries, making it hard to disconnect. Lastly, technology increases work-life conflict. Literature review segmentation preference with work-life balance. Firstly, segmentation preference strengthens the positive spillover to work-life balance. Secondly, congruence of boundary preference predicts lower work-life conflict. Thirdly, integrators show mixed outcomes. For related theory, there are two related theory, which is technostress theory and boundary theory. Technostress theory explains how intensive use of information and communication technologies, which is ICT, create stress when technological demands exceed an individual ability to cope, thereby negatively affecting work-life balance. Recent studies indicate that technostress dimensions such as overload and invasion significantly reduce employee work-life balance, satisfaction, and overall well-being. For boundary theory, posts that individuals actively construct and manage psychological and behavioral boundaries between work and personal life domain. Segmentation and integration preference influence how technology affects boundary permeability and spillover. Recent evidence shows that employees with different segmentation preference experience technology-induced boundary crossing differently, leading to varying work-life balance outcome. Research instrument. So this is my structure of questionnaire. Validity. Content validity is ensured by adapting and modifying pre-validated scales from previous studies related to technostress, segmentation preference, and work-life balance. The questionnaire items are reviewed by the FYP supervisor to ensure the relevance, quality, and alignment with the study objective. Reliability. The internal consistency of all multi-item scales is assessed using Combach alpha of 0.70 or above is used as the benchmark of acceptable reliability. A pilot test involving 30 respondents will be conducted to ensure that questionnaire function effectively before the actual data collection begins. For data analysis, software use SPSS and create questionnaire using Google Form. Descriptive analysis, frequencies, percentages, mean scores, and standard deviation will be used to summarize respondent demographic profile and overall responses for technostress, segmentation preference, and work-life balance. Inferential analysis, Pearson correlation analysis will be conducted to examine the relationships between technostress, segmentation preference, and work-life balance. Level of significance or statistical test will be evaluated at a 0.05 significance level. For significance of studies, employees is awareness of technostress, organization improve digital awareness. For researchers, contribute to recent technostress research by examining its impact on work-life balance in digitally intensive work environment. Extend boundary management literature by empirically testing segmentation preference as a moderating variable, addressing mixed findings in prior studies. For limitation of study, the studies employs convincing sampling, which may limit generalizability of findings. The small sample size restrict broader inference and statistical power. In conclusion, this study aims to better understand how technostress and segmentation preference affect work-life balance among public sector employees. The findings are expected to provide valuable insights for employee organizations and future researchers. Thank you for your time and consideration. I look forward to your feedback.